Today's video, I'm going to give you the steps to stop people pleasing, to connect with your body, your instincts, and your intuition. And if you practice this consistently, it will change the way that you relate to others, to life, and to you, and you will learn to build self-trust. Now, this is something that I usually share with my paid clients, and I'm sharing it for free today. This is a protocol that I figured out myself. It's something that I practiced because I was a chronic people pleaser. I didn't have self-trust. I didn't know how to make decisions because I was always obligated and driven by codependency. I had an addiction to codependency. I'm also a very empathetic person. So this is for the very empathetic people that get mixed up and don't understand when something can feel so much like empathy, but you're ignoring your needs. Something feels off, but you don't know how to navigate through that. And then you're driven by guilt, which can also appear like empathy. It can disguise itself as empathy. And so this is a really good place to learn how to navigate and peel back the filters that are blinding you from what's actually going on and what you need to do for yourself. We're going to dive right in. So number one, we're going to connect with the body. The body is so intelligent and it will never steer you wrong. So you're going to close your eyes, taking a deep breath in, big breath out. Now I want you to actually think of a scenario recently where you were asked to do something, or a favor was asked, or say you were even asked to go to like an event and you're like, I don't know if I want to go. Okay, so just anything recently I want you to connect with. So I'm going to give you a moment to connect with that. You can pause the video if you need more time. And I'd recommend pausing it and getting really clear on it. Okay, and then you're going to step two. You're going to envision this scenario. You're going to bring it into your body, into your awareness, like you're actually experiencing it. So for example, I'm going to use that I got asked to go to a dinner on Saturday. But I'm leaving the country very soon and I have a lot to do and it feels a little bit hard for me to go, but I would love to see my friends. I don't know where I stand. So that's what I'm going to bring into my body right now. Okay. And so you're going to do this as well. And you're going to notice what it feels like. So to give you an example, right now I feel like it'd be nice to see my friends, but there's a heaviness, like I couldn't fully be present because I know that there's other things that I need to be doing. And so I need to see what is important. So I need to, instead of trying to figure it out with my mind, I'm going to drop into that uneasiness that I feel right here. There's a heaviness. So whatever you're experiencing, I want you to drop in. Does it feel light and like it's like a, yeah, let's do this? Or is there a restriction? Is there a limitation? So again, you're not going with the mind, you're feeling it. What's here? If there's a heaviness there, so this is number three, if there's a heaviness there, you want to pay attention to that. That's usually, not usually, 100% of the time, there's something that your body's trying to tell you, and it's a no. If it's not a heck yes, I want you to really pay attention going forward. So how I started doing this was, unless it was like, yeah, it was a no, because I was so burnt out at that point. And so I really wanted to honor that instead of being like, well, it's kind of a no, but there's kind of a yes. That gets confusing. If there's a heaviness and a or dread or obligation, that's a no. And so you're going to honor that. Thank you, body, for showing me how I truly feel about this situation. And so number four, I think we're on number four. I could be mixed up. We are going to now follow through with that no. Okay, if it was a yes, you'll follow through with the yes. You call your friend or whatever it is you need to do, you're going to go do it. If it's a no, you're going to follow through with it. So this is where people kind of trip up because it's like, oh, I have to set up a boundary. You know, maybe it's like somebody asked you to move in with them. And you're like, no, this is a no. So you're going to have to go have that really uncomfortable conversation. So this is going to build your muscles to stop people pleasing, to honor the no and have the uncomfortable conversation. the biggest thing, or one of the biggest things that trips people pleasers up, is that they are scared to disappoint or have the uncomfortable conversation with the person because they're scared of the uncomfortable feelings. So the more that you have the uncomfortable conversations and set up the no's, the boundaries, the easier it gets. I tell my clients this all the time. We will do this in session, and then they have homework. They have to go speak the no. And the next time they come to the session, I go, how was that? The ones who don't, and they become paralyzed and don't, which is very, very rare, don't move forward. They move slower. The ones who go and just jump off the cliff and do it, they come back and they go, oh my God, it was really uncomfortable, but that was like way easier than I thought. Like, oh my God, I feel so good. So many times, like 95% of the time when they speak and honor their truth, the other person doesn't react. They actually honor it. And they're like, whoa, they like totally respected what I said. And there was no problem. It was all in my head that I thought this was an issue. And so they've freed up something. They've created a new pathway in the brain. So the next time that they have a boundary to set up, or they need to speak no or speak their truth, they have a little bit of this understanding or lightness that's come from speaking no. There's an empowerment that comes with them. And if you're on this journey of learning to stop people pleasing and to stand in your truth and be authentic, we need to do the inner work, healing, right, in sessions or self-healing, whatever we do. But where I see the biggest shifts with the people I work with are the ones who take action. And that's the same for me in my life. I used the relationships and my environment in my life, whatever situation showed up that was a tricky situation or where I needed to speak up, I used that as a source of healing. Okay, here's an opportunity for me to step out of my comfort zone. I'm going to use this to use my voice and burn through the emotions that are coming up and feel all the uncomfortable feelings, have the uncomfortable conversations, and oh my goodness, I just leveled up. Next situation, leveled up. Next situation, leveled up. And I'm not saying that every situation just is beautiful and moves through. Yeah, there can be conflict. There can be pushback. There can be reactions that you didn't expect or want. But when those unexpected scenarios come up and you're using your tools and you're standing strong in your boundaries, that is, again, a learning lesson, how to honor your no. And I promise you, if you honor your no, your whole reality in life will change. It's so funny because no seems so closed, right? Like, oh, yes would feel open and like your whole world would change. And there is definitely times for yes, right, of being open. But in my perspective, and again, it sounds backwards, no, the word no and getting very clear on what your no's are will actually open your life. It is going to redirect you to what is in alignment with you. So then when the things come, you're going to be like, heck yeah. But there might be a lot of no's at first because maybe you haven't weeded out the things that are not in alignment and you didn't even realize they weren't in alignment because you have been saying yes to things where you actually unconsciously really mean no. In my perspective, the greatest key to a new reality is the word no. It absolutely 100% has changed my life. And it is like, I carry it in my back pocket wherever I go. And I'm like, you know, let's sit with this. Where does this land? And your body will never lie to you. One more thing, number 5, I think we're on number 5, guilt. Guilt plays a factor within people that start to say no and honor their needs. They can start to feel guilty for that, especially if they've been taught that their needs don't matter. So you want to get clear on where that guilt is living in the body. So just checking in, oh, guilt's coming up. I spoke the no, now I feel guilty. You want to ask yourself this one question, and this will completely kibosh the guilt. Am I guilty for honoring my needs? Am I guilty for speaking my truth and setting up a boundary? Am I guilty for saying no? No. Absolutely not. You have the right to honor your needs. Then you want to ask, why do I feel guilty for honoring my needs? Where did this come from? Where did I learn this? So this is going to open up a whole can of worms, which is good. You want that to come up so you can understand where you pick this up and so you can do things differently. Guilt might come back again. So guilt is a trickster. It likes to keep coming, and I still have guilt That's my biggest piece. Like, it will come in and be like, you should be saying yes, you shouldn't be doing this. And I have to go, whoa, okay, I see you. No, this is an old template. Where is this in my body? Is it here? Sometimes it's in the head. Sometimes it's outside of the body. When you've really worked with it, it comes out here. But when you first start this, like, I had guilt living in my body. And so it's about learning to move that guilt. You can even picture asking that guilt. You don't want to get rid of it. You don't want to hate it. You don't want to do any of those things. It's helped you survive in some way. And so you can even put it up in a cage up here. Maybe it's a pretty cage with a pretty door if you want to take care of it. Or maybe it's just a cage and you're like, no, this is where you stay. You stay up here. You're not a part of me right now, because there's still pieces of it that it's going to teach you. You still can learn from this guilt. It's going to show you all the times in your life where you felt guilty when you weren't actually guilty. All the times you took on other people's stuff that wasn't yours. So we don't want to get rid of it. It's been with you for quite a long time. And so we want to learn from it so we can use it as a mirror to grow. I hope this has been helpful today. And number one, connecting and building a relationship with your body is so important. It will never, ever, ever lie to you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.